Hi, I'm Tim Whitmire with First Integrity Mortgage, and joining me today is Dr. Chris Geer with Geer Health and Wellness.
Thanks for having me, Tim.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled that you're joining me, or joining us today. I've known Dr. Chris Geer for quite a while. Time flies. We're just talking about that.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years.
Unbelievable. And he's a part of my networking organization that I'm a part of. Our chapters, it's a BNI chapter, Rewards Through Referrals. And I get the pleasure of seeing him each week, and his presentations are just so in depth. It makes me kind of want to eat healthier and sit up straighter when he presents. But it's just, there's so much week in, week out, so much positive feedback that I hear from the members. And so that's why I was like, I had to get you in here and introduce you to the people that I've worked with and have done business with. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
So let me ask you this. What was your motivation to get into chiropractic?
I've always been interested in like the human body and physique and health, fitness. So I used to be a personal trainer, but my dad, he was a medical doctor and switched gears and wanted to become a chiropractor himself. So we moved from Sweden so he could go to Logan here in town. And I just, a long story, but I ended up following his footsteps, and that's where I'm at now. And it's a perfect mix because I love interacting with people, but also getting them well without having to use drugs or surgery to do that.
Oh, and that's huge, because I feel like as a society, that's many times where people turn when they have issues is, okay, I have to go to the doctor.
Sure.
But there's a better way.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's anything bad with that. I think a lot of my patients are physicians themselves. It's just my personal opinion is when you have to rely on a medication for a long-term, for a chronic condition, sometimes that's the case and that's needed. But a lot of times with like pain and so forth, there's more of a natural approach to overcome that.
So that makes sense. So in chiropractic is more of a proactive approach, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. I've patients come to me for myriad of reasons. Sometimes they've just been in an accident and need to get out of pain and get back to their lifestyle that they liked. And sometimes people have been used to that proactive approach, and they know the way that they appreciate the way that they feel whenever they feel good, and then they can notice that they're kind of going away from that, want to get tweaked back into ideal position, and they just want to prevent a future episode from happening. So everyone's unique with what they're trying to get out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like a lot of people think of chiropractic as their back.
Sure.
But I know it's much more than just your back, correct?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much any joint in your body is fair game that we can address.
So I know when choosing a chiropractor, there are plenty of chiropractors to choose from in the area. But what's unique about how you're doing the business?
That's a great question. There are great chiropractors around. I can just speak for what's unique to how I go about things is first off, just listening to a patient. What are they trying to get back to? Is there a certain goal or a certain lifestyle that they're inhibited from experiencing right now? Is there an injury that's kept them from playing with their grandkids, or is there a certain sport that they can't engage in as much now than what they used to be able to? So it's really what their goals are. That's not my goals, and I'm just there to lead them along the way to achieve that. So it starts with just a great, thorough assessment. So first off, seeing what is their posture like, how are they loading their joints, and then I add in a movement assessment to see, are there basic movement patterns that they're able to do? Are they causing pain, or is there compensation along the way of doing that? And then finally doing some orthopedic tests to see if what really is driving their pain or their dysfunction. And then from that, you get a well-rounded picture of, okay, this is where they're at now, this is where we could be, and then set up a treatment plan based on, what is achievable, how do we get you back to what you want to do in life?
Oh, absolutely. So it sounds like a very holistic approach, and there's the chiropractic side. I think you also deal with the nutrition part of it too, or at least touch on it.
Yeah, I do. I ended up getting a master's degree in nutrition. I think that's a big piece of getting, healthy from the inside out. So there's a lot of power with the chiropractic adjustment. And then also, how do you nourish those tissues from a cellular level and really get healthy on that aspect?
Absolutely. That makes sense. And I know when I've seen your presentations, At least one of them, you had all the certifications just like listed out, and it's just
Sure.
amazing how many. I don't know how many you have, but it was quite extensive. So that was impressive.
Yeah, I don't know if I've counted them, but no, I mean, I think most people, whatever trade you're in, if you're passionate about it, you want to learn more. And, you know, it was just a natural byproduct of, you know, wanting to get exposed to different assets or different facets of the profession, and then just more tools in your tool belt to help patients with.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I think something like chiropractic, and you're dealing with your health, you absolutely want to work with someone that is very passionate about it.
Sure,
and that
yeah.
really is educated and knows what they're doing. So I find that very comforting and important when I see that or saw that.
And I think that's with any profession. I mean, I've gone to you for my own mortgage needs, and I've sent my family your way. So, so I really appreciate that with your, you know, generous approach with your time, and then your enthusiasm to it. So I think that's what a lot of us could contribute in our own fields too.
So yeah, I would agree with that. And what I want to say is that at home is, you know, happy wife, happy life, but at the office, when you're a mortgage banker, it's happy underwriter, happy life.
Sure.
So you've helped our underwriter, and I know you've helped other people in my office and their families, and you've helped a lot of people in our networking organization, and it's always like so positive. They feel so good, and I know you've had an impact in improving their lives and making them feel better.
Yeah, it's nice of you to say, but it's really a nice position. I mean, I love my job because people come to you and they're always happy to be there. It's not like certain professions where they're kind of like apprehensive and really just can't, not that happy to be there. But you get people back on the, you know, the lifestyle that they want, and they appreciate that, and so it's fun and rewarding to do that.
Okay, so another question I have for you is, what area do you serve?
Good question. My clinic is in Creve Coeur, but patients travel from, you know, all over the place in St. Louis. So, but it's right here on North New Ballas Road, across the street from Breadco.
Nice. So central location, easy to get to. So if someone would like chiropractic care or wanted to at least have that discussion, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Good question. Feel free to call the office. The number is 314-681-2800. Or you could visit the website at degeerhealth.com. So DEGEER health.com. Or you can email us too at Dr. DeGeer. health@drdegeer.com. So HEALTH@DRDEGEER.com.
Awesome. And if you would like a warm introduction, I would also be happy to do that for you. Definitely recommend them.
Thank you.
Thanks.